Hello everyone and welcome back to Farming Simulator 19. You're watching JCTV playing on the Xbox One console. This is a Greenwich Valley episode number 3. Thanks for tuning in, folks. As you can see, we've still only got a limited amount of funds. We've got $35,000 and we've got to raise some funds. We still have no land and nothing to do except contract work. So, we've got to do contract work, and the only job to do right now is seeding. So we're going to seed corn, it looks like, in field number 12. We've got to zip on down to the shop and pick up the equipment and then take it back to our farm to fill it up with seeds. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to accept this contract here for field number 12, pay $7,823. Minus the cost of seed, of course, and then hopefully there will be other contracts available after that, because then we will pretty much be stymied with nothing to do. So let's drive on down to the shop real quick. We will pick up the tractor and the seeder and the extra tank, which I'm not too certain that we actually need, because I'm pretty sure that front tank fills up with fertilizer and not seed. So the contract isn't to seed and fertilize, it's just a seed. So I'm not sure why I would spend money filling the tank with fertilizer when we're not going to be reimbursed for it. So I think we're just going to end up bringing everything back and then leaving the seed tank at the farm so that we can plant that field with corn. All right, and while we're taking this leisurely drive through the countryside to the shop to pick up the equipment, why don't you take a quick minute, look at that subscribe button in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Click that subscribe button for me, folks. I appreciate all of the support so far. As well, like and share this video and ring that notification bell so you can be alerted every time we upload new content. We do have a different series on a different map each day of the week. Mondays is Greenwich Valley, Tuesdays is Green River 2019, Wednesdays is Westbridge Hills, Thursdays is Stranded in the Pacific Northwest, and of course Fridays is the mysterious disappearance of my father on Lone Oak Farms. Why don't you check us out if you have not watched any of those videos? I strongly advise going back through the playlists and watching the series from the beginning, just so you can get a sense of exactly what's going on. All right, so we've arrived here at the shop, and here is our equipment. As I said, we're probably not going to be using that seed tank, so we'll bring it with us just for good measure, but there is the really narrow seeder, so needless to say, this planting job is probably going to take quite a long time, as this is only a 6-meter wide seeder planter. Let's just get this tank hooked up and out of the way. Yeah, this does look like it just holds fertilizer. Not sure why they would include that in the contract work if it's not necessary, but oh well. Let's see if we can get this out of here. I'm pretty sure this planter folds up, does it? I don't think we'll be able to get it out of here unless it folds up. Let's see. Interesting. It's a nice looking planter. I like the color blue. The red on the seed tank matches the tractor. Yeah, it goes down and it goes up. And I think we are going to have to fold this up, because that's not going to fit through there. There we go. Fold up the planter and we'll drive it back to the farm, and then we'll fill it up. All right, and while we're on our way back to the farm, the links to our various social media outlets are in the description of the video. You can follow us on Twitter You can join our Patreon page. You can join my Discord server as well. We are also on Facebook. Check us out there. There is also a PayPal donation link if you'd like to donate to the channel. No pressure. We are trying to save for some new equipment. I'm in badly need of a new microphone. As you can clearly hear, the sound is not too good in this cheap little headset that I have. So anything that you can spare would be greatly appreciated. Anything that's left over from donations will directly go into giveaways for the channel. Right now we have $0 in the bank, so giveaways are no-go at this point. But you never know what the future holds after any new PC equipment is purchased. Anything left over will be put into giveaways for you, the fans and viewers. I do believe in giving back, so the more you support me, the more I can give back to you in return. All right, now that that is all out of the way, we are coming back to the entrance to the farm. We've got to, like I said, we've got to fill this seeder with seed so that we can start this contract on field number 12 for planting corn. I have noticed with the additions of the seasons mod added to all of my maps, the contract work is quite scarce. For the first 1 to 3 days of the early spring, it's nothing but cultivating. So I'm hoping that other jobs do open up as the seasons change or time goes on. We are doing this in real time, so it will be quite a while before snow gets here. We're running 9-day seasons, so day 7, 8, and 9 will bring the winter. So we'll look at that when the time comes. I don't think we can put seed in this tank, like I said. I was right, it's not a seed tank. So we'll probably just leave it here. I don't think we're going to be needing it for this contract work. Yeah, it doesn't matter what we change it to, it's not going to fill up. Alright, and I don't think it's going to let us fill the planter unless we drop that seed tank. And we're not getting the... Well, we are getting the fill. No, we're not getting the fill trigger. I think the seed tank is causing nothing but problems. No, we're not getting the fill trigger with this seed tank. I'm not sure why this is happening. Let's just get rid of the seed tank. Drop you. And we'll see if we can fill the planter now. Am I just not hitting the trigger right? What's going on here? I have to open it up first. There we go. Start filling. Alright, so right off the bat, this does not hold a lot of corn. Judging by the, just looking at field number 12 quickly, we're probably going to have to fill this up a few times before we can finish that job. It'd be somewhat problematic driving back and forth to and from the farm, but you do what you got to do. And let's just see, I'm not going to give up on this seed tank. Can we fill this separately? No, we cannot. Again, I'm not sure why this extra seed tank was included in this contract work if it's not going to let us use it? Who knows? Pretty sure it's just for fertilizer. Let's just check. Yeah, there's the start fill trigger on the fertilizer. So I don't think, yeah, we're not going to waste money on fertilizer that we don't need or can't use. Yeah, we're SOL for the extra seed, but oh well. We'll just have to make do with the seed that's in the planter. We'll just leave this here. We'll come back and get it when we have to bring the equipment back to the shop after the contract is over. Alright, so let's just hook back up to the planter and we'll get this show on the road. No more messing around with that extra tank. I really wish I could move that broken down blue trailer. It's kind of in my way, but oh well. We'll just drive around it for the time being, I guess. Seems to be permanently attached to the map. Alright, over the bridge, down the path to grandmother's house we go, or to field number 12, to plant some corn, make some money. We're at $35,000, and we need quite a bit of money. I haven't even looked to see how much of the neighboring fields are worth, because I don't know. I just don't want to see what the size of the mountain is that we have to climb. I'd rather just save a bunch of money and maybe go to the bank and get a loan. I'm not quite sure yet. But right now, we are just starting out. We are struggling. So nothing to do but contract work. And then hopefully things will start turning up as soon as we have enough money to buy our own field. Then we need a seeder or a planter to start planting our own crops, and then we can actually start our farming business at that point. But right now we are nothing but a farmer for hire, doing contract work for other farmers. Hopefully more contracts will come to light after this seeding job is done. There seems to be a little fill station here. I wonder if we can get seed here instead of at our farm. It would certainly cut the drive down. Start filling what's in the fill trigger. What do we got here? Fertilizer. So this is nothing but fertilizer. Well, that's good to know if we ever take a fertilizing job that there is a fertilizing buy point right there. I'll certainly lessen the drive to our farm. I believe the entrance to field number 12 is just down here. Alright, there's the gate. And we gotta open the gate and then hop back in the tractor and start the seeding process. Alright. We have arrived at field number 12 and we are ready to seed. I like this little seeder. It's got ridge markers on it. If you don't use ridge markers, we'll give you a quick little crash course. If you're starting off on the left side of the field here, you want to use the right side ridge marker, and what that does is leave a nice little line in the dirt so that when you do your second lap around, you have something to follow, so that your seed will automatically line up and then you won't miss anything. You won't miss any spots in your field. You just have to remember to retract the ridge marker or it'll leave lines through your crops. I learned that lesson the hard way. Crops won't grow through the ridge marker line. Not sure why, it just won't. So you do have to retract the ridge marker. Alright, and through the magic of TV, the seeding job is now completed. We're just doing the last little bit. And there we go. There's one little spot right there we need to get, and perfect. Seeding is now completed. We can bring the equipment back to the shop, accept the end of the contract, and then collect our money. So we're down to $33,722, and this job should pay $7,800, so we should be just about $41,000 at the end of the day. And then what we'll do is we'll check and see if there's any more contract work that needs to be done, because we do need more money. Can't say this enough. We need money, and I don't want to go to the bank. I don't want to incur any debt this early on in our career, so that if we do need to go to the bank, maybe we'll use it for a sower or a seeder or planter, depending on what our needs are, because right now that's the one piece of equipment we don't have. We have a tractor, we have a harvester and a header, and a tractor and a tipper, but we don't have a seeder. So we have all the makings of a farm, but nothing to actually plant the crops with. So that is what we need. We're going to stop back in here at the farm, pick up that silly little unnecessarily included seed tank. You see this tractor is getting a little hard to drive because they gave us a tractor that was almost broken down. It needs to be repaired badly. But I'm not going to waste money on repairing someone else's tractor. Ooh, we just smoked a fence pole. So we're just going to give it back to them in disrepair, because that's how they gave it to us. And we're going to save the seed that we didn't use. Obviously, we're going to unload the seeder right here. And then if we do need seed later on, which we probably will, we'll use that first, so that way it won't cost any extra. There you go, Mr. Seed Tank. I hope you enjoyed your stay at our farm. Now you're going back to the shop. All right. And while we're on our way back to the shop, why don't we do a little poll/survey? Let me know if you've ever played this map, Greenwich Valley. If you have, let me know in the comments down below what you think of this map. Do you like it? Do you not like it? If you like it, what do you like about it? If you don't like it, what don't you like about it? What are the pros and cons of Greenwich Valley? I would like to know. So leave a comment down below and let me know what you think of this map. All right, let's go back to the shop and collect our money. It's a nice relaxing drive. It's early spring, it's still day one. 4:30 in the afternoon. We should be able to get a couple of more jobs in if there are any available. I'm hoping that there's cultivating jobs, because we do have a tractor and a cultivator that are just sitting there, and that is free money because we don't have to lease any equipment. We don't have to pay any extra to borrow it from the shop. We can just grab our stuff and go. So I'm hoping that we can get some cultivating jobs and utilize our equipment, or even a harvesting job at least, so we could use our New Holland harvester and header. I always like doing the harvesting contracts the best because of the residual crops that are left over. So if you haven't done harvesting contracts before, once the contract is finished, if there are any crops left over, when you sell them, you get to keep all of the money from those crops, plus you get paid the cost of the contract as well. So it's a little extra bonus in there if you can pull off the harvesting jobs. So I strongly recommend those. If you have the means to do the harvesting jobs, do those first, because you get a lot of extra money. We had no choice but to do this seeding job because it was actually the only job on the board. So it is what it is. And here we are back at the shop. We can drop off this equipment and stop back into our pickup truck and collect our winnings from this contract. Let's just leave this stuff right here. jump back into our lizard pickup and end this contract. All right, and there's more jobs. All right, so we got 6,600 for that job. 39,000. All right, we got 2 cultivating jobs. All right, and we're going back to field 109. Field 17, where are you? Oh, 17. Oh, yes, our old friend 17. But oh, sorry, 115. Field 115 pays a lot more. Oh, I guess we're going to go with that one. Okay. All right, so we're going to drive back to the farm now, and we're going to pick up the tractor and the cultivator, and then we're going to do a cultivating job. And this will be good because it won't cost any money, and we can just sit back and relax and cultivate the land. All right, while we're driving back to the farm, I'm noticing that a lot of these fields are fair size, but a lot of them are just grass. Wonder why. Oh, dodge that guy. Wait across the road. Yeah, a lot of these fields are just grass. I'm wondering if there's a lot of grass farmers, silage makers. Why are they growing just grass? There must be a lot of money in grass on this map. Maybe that's something we can look into. For now, let's just focus on some contract work and making some money and putting a nice big fat down payment on a field and then starting our business. As much fun as this game is, contract work does get a little boring and monotonous sometimes, but you do what you got to do. If you don't have the money to buy the land, then you've got to get the money to buy the land. And without going to the bank, this is the only way to do it. I'd rather be zero debt this early in our career. We've got some good equipment and we've got some good work ethic and know-how, so I think helping out farmers is the way to go at this point. I'm sure that they appreciate it, and I appreciate them paying me tons of money to do the work that they should be doing anyway. But I digress. All right, our tractor's parked over here, and the cultivator's in the other shed. Let's just hop in our Fendt tractor. All right, the Fendt 1050. We'll go and grab the cultivator and we'll zip over to field number 17. All right, and we are off to the races. And it seems I made a mistake. We're actually going to field 115 first. I do believe we're going to do number 17 as well, but this is the entrance to field number 115, 115. There's over 125 fields here on this map, so it's very easily that I get confused where numbers are which and where these fields are till we get a firm grip on reality and start to memorize this map a little bit. We are going to start cultivating, starting with this field number 115. All right. This is going to be quite the job as well. So I think we'll do a little strip up the side, and then through the magic of video editing, we will just transition right to the end, and then we'll go and collect our money. So this is what cultivating looks like. You just drop the cultivator, drag it along the ground, and that is that. Now in real time, this took a couple of hours to do because this field is pretty big and the cultivator is pretty narrow. So after we transition, it is now nighttime. Well, not nighttime, it's 5:35 in the evening. And the contract is now completed. And then we can just bring up our mobile job board. Once we fold up the cultivator, we can end this contract, collect our money, and then move on to the next one. So there we go. So we're going to collect our $4,200 from this one. And then we can just accept this job in field number 17 because we've already got a cultivator attached to our tractor. We can just zip on over to field number 17 and do this one. And then we'll get some more money. So let's do that right now. And here we are arriving at field number 17 for what looks to be our last cultivating job of the day. The sun is setting. We have had to turn the headlights on, although it is only 5:30 in the evening. It is getting rather dark. So we will start cultivating this field, and then by the time we finish this, it should be even darker, and then time to call it a day for a busy day of helping out other farmers with contract work. And here we go. This is the end of the contract here. As you can see, it has gotten quite a bit darker, even though not a lot of time has passed. We're just doing the last little strip of cultivating, and then we can fold this up and drive on back to the farm. All right. We'll quickly fold up the cultivator, pull up the mobile job board, collect our money, and there are no more contracts. So we have no choice but to finish work for the day, as there's nothing else to do. So that was fairly productive. We've got 43,000, 45,000. We're just going to drive back to the farm and park the equipment. All right, we've arrived back at the farm, the cultivator rocking back and forth. $45,000 to date. That's a pretty good day one so far. We're going to do a quick repair job on the cultivator just to make sure that everything is on the up and up, and we don't have to do this later. Shouldn't cost all that much. There we go. What's that? $34 in repairs. Not bad at all. We are just going to park the cultivator back. We'll put the tractor back. And then I think maybe we'll just have a nap. We'll wake up bright and bushy-tailed tomorrow morning, ready for some more contract work. Hopefully other farmers in the area need more work done. Otherwise, this is going to be a pretty boring series, just driving around, begging people for work. We may have to get a cardboard sign and stand on a street corner. It says farmer for hire. But who knows? Hopefully things will turn out better tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in, folks. This is going to wrap up this episode of Farming Simulator 19. Remember, you're watching JCTV playing on the Xbox One console. I appreciate the viewership. Thanks for watching. And for now, this is JCTV saying, see you later.